I did nothing today. Didn't feel any pressure to do anything. Some places you feel like a pressure to do something, like St. Louis, you got to go see our arch. I don't want to. Go look at our arch. Why don't I just go to McDonald's and see 2? There should be a moving up ceremony for when you hit 2XL. It is with great pride and slight disgust that we present this garment, roughly the size of a circus tent, to this slob who actually struggles to put on his own socks. He may now burp for no reason at all. I am new to the 2XL community. They've been very welcoming. Did some research. You know what the size after 2XL is? Kill yourself. Oh, it's 3X. Triple X. That's pornographic. It's so fat, it's obscene. Triple X does sound like some fat on fat action. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm heading there, hopefully by the end of the show. I don't know what happened. All I did was eat abusively for 40 years. And suddenly I'm fat? That doesn't seem fair. I am now at the size, when I go in clothing stores, salespeople look at me like, we got nothing for you. And you can't use our bathroom. When I go out to eat, if I order a salad, the waiter's always like, "Aww, look at you try." I'm always afraid he's gonna gather the whole staff. The fat pig is trying. The fat pig is trying. Hi, husband. I've always talked about my weight and my stand-up, but in the past, after shows, if I ran into audience members, they'd be like, "Jim, you're not that fat. You're not that fat." But now after shows, people are like, "Good show. You nailed it." I don't care. I like to eat. I like to eat. When you like to eat, what's weird is people assume you enjoy cooking. Well, you must know your way around the kitchen. I know where the food is. Well, you must love to cook. Look, I like to sleep. It doesn't mean I want to build a bed. The truth is, I don't like to do anything. Like when I order delivery, I'm kind of annoyed they don't know what I want already. What do I have to do, everything? I did lose some weight last summer. Thank you. Thank you. I did. I sat on that helicopter the entire ride, just holding my stomach and praying, please don't let this be gas. Sweet Jesus, don't let this be gas. Because if it's gas, I don't think I can return to my family. Hey kids, Daddy's back, had some gas. Took a helicopter ride. None of you wanted to go to college, did you? A little out of our price range now. We don't know what caused the gas. It might have been Daddy's 3 breakfast burritos. Pretty much a medical mystery. I was airlifted to the closest hospital. They removed my appendix. They did a good job. I mean, I'm female now. The surgeon who removed my appendix, his name was Dr. Muffaletta, which is also the name of a delicious New Orleans sandwich. And I do look like a guy who would know that. So when he introduced himself, I was like, am I being visited by the ghost of Sandwich Past? Is Nurse Po' Boy about to come in? I woke up after the surgery, covered in Mardi Gras beads. By the way, at one time, all human civilizations were cannibal, which means back then it meant something different when someone said, I'm craving Indian or Thai. I can see how you want to be offended, but there's no reason. When I was in Europe, I tried all the local specialties, you know. Norway, I tried reindeer meat. I was in a Norwegian butcher shop in January, and they had a sale on reindeer meat, and nothing says Christmas season is over. Quite like a sale on reindeer meat. It's got to be a tough day for Santa. It's like, I want to thank all you reindeer who helped this Christmas. Great job. Now, when I call your name, come with me into the smokehouse. In France, I ate so much cheese, so much delicious French cheese, and I feel like I'm still digesting it. My delicate American body couldn't handle the French cheese. And it's not like I don't eat cheese. Most of you are looking at me like, we think you eat cheese. We think you might only eat cheese. But the French, they eat cheese on a whole other level. In France, they make eating cheese an official course of the meal. So you'll eat an appetizer, then you'll eat an entree, then for no reason at all, you eat a bunch of chunks of cheese. Then you eat dessert. After that, you go to the hospital. And of course, I've eaten chunks of cheese before, just not in public. Or with pants on. Eating chunks of cheese, that's something I'm usually caught doing. My wife's like, what the hell are you doing? Nothing, honey. Hey. I remember the first time I had the cheese course, I'd eaten an appetizer, I'd eaten my entree, and I started eating the cheese course, and I heard my heart say, are you mad at me? Did I do something to anger you? My brain took over. It's all right, there's gonna be some sweating. Miles, you can take a couple weeks off. Appendix, get ready to blow. Tried so many delicious French cheeses, and I couldn't tell you the name of one of them. And they would tell me the names. They're like, this is Jean Jean Jean. From the Jean 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 region. And I'd be like, so not cheddar? Because I tried cheddar. You guys get cheddar over here yet? I like me some cheddar. Some of the French cheeses I tried were goat cheese, or as the goats call it, cheese. They're not caught up in your cow cheese bias. You know, when I see cheese, I don't even see an animal. I just see something my body can't process. I like goat cheese. I've never looked at a goat and thought, I bet that would make good cheese. How do we even get to the point of goat cheese? Where someone like, this cow cheese is good, but see that dog that looks like it smokes meth? Can someone try and milk it? I got a hunch it would make cheese that would go great with beets. Those Europeans, they have a different approach to dairy. When they make a sandwich in Europe, they put butter on the bread. They put butter on the bread and then mayonnaise. Ugh. It's like putting on contacts and glasses. Butter on the bread of a sandwich, that actually sounds like something Americans would do that Europeans would criticize us for. Those American pigs, when they make a sandwich, they put butter on the bread. No wonder they fat pig. That's a good impression of absolutely every European. By the way, this is all prosthetic. After the show, it comes off. I just air it out. It's like, I feel so free when I get it off. You know what I mean? It's getting harder and harder to motivate to exercise. In your 20s, you're like, you know, I want to be with someone physically fit, so I'll be physically fit. And in your 30s, you're like, I want to fight off aging. And in your 40s, you're like, it's over. And now I'm at the point where I look at morbidly obese people and I'm like, they seem happy. That's one way to live a life. I used to exercise to lose weight. Now I exercise so I can continue to fit in cars. Still a fitness goal. I've been in better shape in my life. I go in and out, you know, it's been a while. Not last year, but the year before, my big accomplishment is I ran the New York City Marathon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Half of you are like, no, you didn't. I did, you bastards. All right? I ran and completed. All right, fine, I didn't. But I thought about it. Which I guess is technically different than running it. Turns out I couldn't run the New York City Marathon because I didn't want to. Which is the main reason I don't do a lot of things. But you can ask about facial hair, right? You can't be like, hey, how long you had the man boobs? Are they natural? Now you're looking at my man boobs. To me, they're beautiful. When do I get a Dove commercial? I'm talking about the Dove ice cream bar, which barely cleans your body and is less racist. But tumors are often compared to fruit. A pear, a lemon, a grapefruit. Interesting fact, worst tumor, grapefruit. Worst fruit, grapefruit. When you think about it, a grapefruit looks more like a tumor than a fruit. I almost feel sorry for grapefruit. Yeah, we can't win. Yeah? We're already the worst fruit. Now we're compared to the worst tumor? Well, at least we help old people poop. That is the worst impression of a grapefruit ever. It's kind of unfortunate that there's another fruit that's much smaller named grape. Because you know there's situations in doctors' offices, we found a tumor, it's the size of a grape. Thank God I didn't finish. Grapefruit. Oh, that's very different. It was strange. You know, when the doctor told me the tumor was the size of a pear, I thought, wow, I guess doctors are bad at analogies. But I quickly realized they're just dumbing it down for idiots like me. Like the surgeon looked at me and thought, well, this guy's not gonna understand centimeters. I don't even wanna try and explain circumference. Based on appearance, he doesn't eat fruit, but he's probably seen a pear when he's at the grocery store buying ice cream. I don't know why the surgeon sounds like Andy Rooney. Ever notice tumors look like fruit? By the way, if you don't know who Andy Rooney is, you're a child. And if you do know who Andy Rooney is, you should probably eat more grapefruit. Sure, my Y doesn't have some of the amenities, but it also doesn't have the normal health club distractions. I don't have to deal with loud music or people that are in shape. I walk around my Y and I'm like, you know what? I'm doing okay. Maybe I should teach a class. Hi, welcome to Advanced Elliptical. Doesn't matter if you don't have workout clothes on. We're not going to be raising our heart rate. So let's step on, pick a show, and think about what we're gonna eat. Okay. Who's having a burger, huh? Let's practice eating fries. I'm ignored at my Y. I'm ignored at all health clubs. Like when I walk into a fitness area, even in a hotel, people always look at me like, I didn't know they serve food here. The only people that approach me are personal trainers. They're like, you looking for a personal trainer? No. You should be. So I've gotten to the point, if I'm approached by a personal trainer, I just act like they're hitting on me. They're like, hey, how you doing? I'm married. I have been lucky enough to perform in the UK a couple times, and one time I was walking through Piccadilly Circus, which for the record is a horrible circus. There's no animals. And no, I was walking through Piccadilly Circus, and I saw they had an M&M store. And I looked at that M&M store, and it just made me think of all the things the British have given the Americans. Like our language, Shakespeare, the Magna Carta. And I looked at the M&M store, and I thought, now we're even. When I looked at the M&M store, I wasn't even embarrassed to be American. I was just ashamed to be human. Because has anyone at any point in their life thought, when are they gonna open an M&M store? Sure, I can buy M&Ms absolutely anywhere, but I like to buy in bulk, in a pro-M&M environment. Obviously, we don't need an M&M store. We don't even need different colored M&Ms. They all taste the same. They're just bits of chocolate shaped like Advil. With an M on it. They're not even M&Ms, they're M's. We don't do that with anything else. You want some raisin and raisins? Go ahead. Grab a handful of raisin and raisins. No, I don't even know how many M&Ms or M's they would have to sell in London to justify Piccadilly Circus real estate, but this M&M store is massive in the UK. It is 3 levels, which I guess makes sense, because the first level, so you can buy M&Ms. The second level, so you can buy more M&Ms. And then the third level, so you can jump to your death. Because you wasted time in an M&M store when you were in London. By the way, I don't have any judgment. If you personally enjoy going to the M&M store, that's fine, but obviously you shouldn't vote. There are watershed moments in your life, right? When you hold your newborn child, or you fat out of a t-shirt. It's amazing, because you don't even go to the obvious conclusion. You're like, well, this sure used to fit. I haven't grown since I was a teenager. Oh, I'm a fat ass. Well, time for a burrito. I don't know. The best is when you pack for a trip and you fat out of clothes, but you don't realize until you get there. You sit there and you go, well, I guess I could wear that as long as I don't breathe out. Or sit down. You ever wear a shirt you can't sit down in? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stand. I know it's Thanksgiving. I'm more thankful standing. Better angle for carving. I still have all the clothes that don't fit me. They're in my closet in case I have a dramatic weight loss over a weekend. It's ridiculous. It's like I'm curating an exhibit of my weight gain. Well, that suit was from 30 pounds ago, and that sweater was from last winter, and this shirt never fit. Have you done that? Have you bought clothes that don't fit thinking that'll be the incentive to lose weight? It's like, well, I've only gained weight for the last 40 years. Maybe this shirt will turn it around. How'd you lose weight? I bought a shirt. It worked. No, fashion's kind of wasted on me. You know, like those fashion shows? To me, fashion shows just look like skinny teenagers walking around in their parents' clothes looking for food. Wow, there's no food out there. All right, I'll change my outfit and look again. I don't know if you know, I'm normally a fat guy. But since I've lost all this weight, now I'm just arrogant. And by the way, thin people, that's how we view you. As arrogant bastards. I have lost weight. Since I've lost weight, I find I get 2 types of reactions. One group, these people, they won't even say anything to me. They'll just go up to my wife and ask, is Jim okay? Which sounds like concern, but I just hear judgment. Because to them, it's more likely that I'm sick than I would ever have any self-discipline. Well, obviously Jim's not exercising and eating healthy. He must have cancer. That's one group. The other group, these people will come up to me and accuse me of being on an appetite suppressant. They're like, you're on Ozempic, admit it, you're on Ozempic. And I'm not, all right? I'm on a different one. I'm on Mangiaro, which is better, right? Because it sounds like an Italian restaurant. Welcome to Mangiaro. When you're here, you're not eating anything because you're a fat ass. Now, I understand some people are against the appetite suppressants. You know, that's cheating, it's cheating. I'm not playing Major League Baseball. I'm just a fat guy trying to not die. But it's not fair. Yeah, neither is balding and being born with no pigmentation. But I've learned to deal with it. This is an exciting time for me. I'm thin, I'm in my 30s. It is crazy. Most of my adult life, I heard this constant internal monologue. Jim, you gotta stop eating. Jim, you gotta control your impulses. And now I know all I needed was a weekly shot that killed all the passion inside of me. I've learned so much. I now understand thin people, you don't forget to eat, you're dead inside. Besides, I still got my fat clothes. I'm not a fool. I see him hanging in my closet, taunting me. Yeah, you'll be back. You'll be wearing me. Remember that time you ate an entire pizza and told your wife it never came? That's who you really are. The drug changes your attitude towards food. I now view McDonald's like some weird crush I had. I'm like, I can't believe I was so into you. Meet me at midnight and please don't tell my wife. They're so condescending to us. You accept these cookies? Cookies? You know, someone was like, just tell the idiots they're cookies. And we're like, cookies? I like cookies. I'm gonna accept all the cookies. Can I accept milk with the cookies? They present it like it's a gift. Do you accept these cookies? Well, gosh, I don't want to be rude. The polite thing is to accept the cookies and let us track your internet activity. As long as I get them cookies. How was brunch? By the way, can we admit brunch was just the rationalization of some alcoholic? Someone was like, you can't drink alcohol at breakfast. It's not breakfast. It's brunch. What? It's breakfast, it's lunch, it's happy birthday. Everything about brunch is ridiculous. You obviously slept through breakfast, and now you're demanding French toast at 1 p.m. while you get loaded on mimosas. Tell me the mimosa wasn't the brainchild of a drunk. Do you have fresh squeezed orange juice? You do. Pour in some champagne. We'll call it a Bosa. Mimosa even sounds like that unreliable coworker. Mimosa, where's the quarterly report? I'm working on it. Who wants to go get dinner? It's lunch, it's dinner, it's happy birthday.